All right, let's talk about being a teenager. It's chaotic, right? Well, today we're going to try and decode that whole experience. And we've got a guy named Max, who thinks he's figured it all out. So let's just jump right in. So Max just comes right out and asks it. And you got to admit, it's a great question. We talk all the time about how tough it is to be an adult, but Max's point is there's something uniquely difficult about being a teenager. And look, this isn't just some random thought he had. According to Max, it's a documented fact. Why? Because it's written on the very last page of his notebook. And, everyone knows that's where you put the really important stuff. So, yeah, it's official. Okay, so now that we've established the official importance of this, let's do it. Let's crack open this secret diary and get a real look at the kinds of problems teenagers are actually dealing with. First on the list, oh boy, it's the physical stuff, the takeover. We're talking about that moment where you wake up and your own body feels like it's been hijacked by some weird hormonal alien. It's a lot. I mean, the change is just so jarring, right? One minute you're this cute, totally carefree kid, and then boom, it feels like overnight you're suddenly awkward, your hormones are going crazy, and yep, you're hairy. It's a total system shock. So this is your new normal. You've got these sudden hormonal changes that just hit you out of nowhere. You've got the mustache situation, which, by the way, Max calls the wolf, and that's just perfect. And, of course, the great pimple invasion begins. And through it all, your parents are just standing there completely and utterly confused. Yeah, from their perspective, it's just wild. They see these new habits taking over. You're up all night on your phone, you eat and sleep, maybe you bathe once a week. They're looking at you thinking, what kind of life is this? They are totally baffled by this new creature that used to be their kid. And it's not just the physical stuff, right? Your brain flips a switch too. It's like the open book that was your childhood just slams shut. All of a sudden, your life is top secret information, a classified file that only one person gets to see, your best friend. So with all these changes happening, it's no wonder we get to our next big problem. Your self-esteem just takes a nosedive. Yeah. Welcome to the confidence crash course. And this is basically the soundtrack playing in your head 24/7. He looks better, she's taller, his clothes are cooler, he has an iPhone. It's this non-stop comparison game, and it just eats away at your self-worth. It's a real thing, by the way. But as a teen, when everyone is changing at a different speed, man, that instinct just goes into hyperdrive. And when your confidence is in the basement, what happens? Simple social stuff, especially anything involving romance, starts to feel like you're trying to walk through a minefield. I mean, think about it. Have you ever tried to talk to your crush? Well, Max, he decides to just go for it. He gathers up every last bit of courage he can find, and he asks out his crush, Bubbly. It's a simple ask, right? Want to go get a soda? It's sweet, it's low stakes. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? And the rejection is just, oof. It's fast, it's brutal, and it's for a reason that sounds so superficial, but in the world of teenagers is so, so powerful. Biceps. Poor Max. He never really stood a chance against Pompey's biceps, did he? Look, that kind of thing stings. It hurts a lot, and it feels so, so personal in that moment. But here's the thing, it's practically a universal rite of passage. Feeling unattractive, getting rejected, for better or for worse, it's just part of the deal when you're a teenager. Because literally everyone is still trying to figure out who they are. Okay, so your body feels like an alien, your confidence is shot. What's next? Well, now you've got to learn how to survive the social jungle. This is where the hunt for coolness is on. And believe me, there are dangers like peer pressure hiding around every single corner. And at the center of this whole jungle, you got this one powerful, sometimes invisible force, peer pressure. You know what it is. It's that push from your friends, from the people you want to like you, to do stuff you know deep down you probably shouldn't be doing. And it's a pretty predictable path, isn't it? Step 1, you just want a little attention. You want to be seen as cool. Step 2, so you try to become friends with these so-called cool kids. Step 3, then comes the test. They ask you to do something you're not comfortable with. And step 4, you do it anyway, because that pressure to just fit in can feel absolutely overwhelming. And to show how this can get really serious really fast, Max tells us a story about this guy from his college named Abu. Abu's story is unfortunately a pretty classic cautionary tale. He ended up hanging out with the wrong people, and just to fit in, he got dragged into addiction. It's just a really stark reminder that wanting to be accepted can lead you down some really dark roads. And as Max points out, this kind of trap spreads like wildfire among teens because nobody wants to be the one left out. So, you've battled the alien in your body, you've survived the confidence crash course, you've made your way through the social jungle. After all of that, what's the single most important piece of advice? What's the final wisdom from the last page of Max's notebook? And here it is. This is the ultimate survival tip. It's not about having cool clothes or big biceps, it's this. Choose your friends wisely. Because so much of your teenage years, the good and the bad, is shaped by the people you choose to have around you. In the end, you really do become like the company you keep. And that's where we're going to leave it. Max gave us a pretty solid tour of the teenage experience, right? But now I'm turning the question over to you. What do you think is the number one problem of being a teenager that we didn't touch on? What did we miss?